Hi and welcome to this second video of the model, in which we will talk about vocabularies for representing personal information. As we introduced in the previous video and as we see here in these bubbles, FOAF, the FOAF vocabulary, is one of the most popular ones in the context of linked open vocabularies. FOAF is an RDF vocabulary for representing information about persons, groups and documents. We see here some statistics about it, and as we see, it's not really a big vocabulary. It contains around 13 classes and 62 properties, which is not that big for a vocabulary. This is how the vocabulary looks like. This is an overview, an excerpt of the FOAF model, in which we have a concept for person and some properties such as its name or family name. We have information for groups or organizations and for representing documents. We as well have some other classes, for example, for images or that represent persons such as an special thing, as we see here. That is, as a thing with a location in the world, with a geographical location, which allow us to state which person are based near another person or entity. We will have properties on FOAF for describing the mailbox information, for example, or the publications of a person. As well, we have a property dedicated to state that a given person knows another person. We can use this vocabulary as we see here in the example, in which we have a person, Asun, which is instance of the class person, and we have for her some information about the name or surname. We have an image describing Asun, the mailbox, or its homepage. As well, we state here that Asun knows another person, which is Mari Carmen, which a name and a family name, a surname in this case, sorry, and that both have a publication which has as well some information related to it. On the other hand, besides FOAF, another popular vocabulary for representing personal information is VCAR, which is an ontology that automates the exchange of personal and organizational information based on the concept of visit cards, of business cards. So we will have as well classes for representing name, addresses, organization, locations, telephone or emails, for example. As we see here, in contrast with FOAF, VCAR is not that popular. It's not that much reused, as we saw in the previous video for FOAF, and it uses only the DC terms vocabulary. As we see here, this is an example of how VCAR can be instantiated. We have the concept of a VCAR, which in this case related to the VCAR of Asun, and we have information about the name and as well as in FOAF the email and URL. So as we see, FOAF it's a more complete vocabulary overall than VCAR, but both of them serve the same purpose, which is representing information about personal information. This is how they compare. As we see here, we can represent the same type of information but using different classes. As we introduced before, these are the most, some of the most popular vocabularies, and you will probably end up using one of them or querying a dataset that uses either FOAF or VCAR, because personal information is one of the most represented information on the linked open data cloud.